in school, and then parents have to come and you don't see your dad, you see other kids with their dads. It really, really messes up with their psychology. Yes. So yes, it did affect me until up to some time when I was now in the upper primary class, 6, class 7. I had to talk to my mom, ask her, hey, I need to meet my dad. I've never seen him. I need to meet him.
So from day one of your birth until class 7, you had never met your dad?
I'd met my dad up to until I was in class, until I was 6, because the separation happened when I was 6 years old. And then I grew without him. So it really affected me so much. When I was in class 6, class 7, I kept on pressurizing my mom, hey, I need to know who my dad is. So until my mom had to travel all the way to Mombasa, try to look for him, hakumpata. Kanambia, I've gone to look for him, sijampata, what do I do? Then that's when I accepted that he's not there. But we later on met now when I was in high school. Yes.
How was the feeling? How was the feeling of meeting him for the first time?
There was, to be honest, I felt betrayed. Because this guy was alive all those years. If he wanted to look for me, he could have looked for me. But he never did. So when I met him, when I was now in Form 2, already my mom had passed on. So even me meeting him, it didn't change anything in me. I was like, this guy, you've been my dad all along. You knew I existed. How come you never looked for me? But that's one thing that I learned. I said, I will always try to be present in the lives of my children. No matter what happens, whether we're separated or not, I always want to be a present father. Because I know what an absent father really means in the lives of unfortunately, he passed on before I forgave him. So we never got to make that peace. We met briefly for like a few days. We had a conversation. I went back to school because I was schooling in a school called St. Pius in Migori County. And then there were no phone calls. So he passed on. I didn't have a phone, so they could not let me know. Until now, after we had closed school, that's when I knew that he had actually passed. I never attended the funeral, but later on I managed to visit the grave. Yeah. When I became a father, that's when I learned to let him go. Because I realized maybe you don't know what someone is fighting. So when I became a father and the struggles of life, I realized maybe he was going through something that I was not able to understand. Maybe something that he was not able to explain to me. So there are things that I think a man just learns the moment you have your own children. So that's when I let it go. And I made peace with it. No, I didn't cry. Yeah, but I'm someone who has learned to know how to cope up with pain. Because my mom died right before.